What is going on, YouTube? Patrick here. It is Wednesday. Got a few sales last week, but not quite as good as the week before. Isn't that always the case, right? Last week we had $800 in sales. This week only $300. So I think I've talked about this before. It all evens out in the long run. You just got to keep at it, and you'll see good things happen. But a couple of interesting things. No like amazing sales like last week. I'm not going to be all like, boom, that was incredible. But solid sales all overall. Got lots of stuff listed too. So I think that will help out with sales this week. We'll see. We'll see. Let's get into it. Up first, this is a Nordic Ware. This is one of the more pricey Nordic Wares that I've sold. It sold for $35. Originally I had listed for $50, so I got a little bit less than I wanted, but it had been sitting for a while, so I was like more willing to take an offer, as one is, right? But I think I ended up paying like $7.99 for this. That's what I've written down here is like $8. So right, nice Nordic Ware flip, right? Most of them that I've sold are more like $15, $20. And then there's a few that are in this $30 to $50 range, but they're a little more rare. But usually more the unique stuff. So it's kind of strange. This is a very normal looking bunt, right? Just has that star shape. I think it's that it's made in the USA, like most of them are, but it's got that more kind of USA vibe to it, which is kind of cool. So really nice way to start the week off was having this little sale here. Item number 2, Sony DVD VHS. Sold for $50 plus shipping, and originally I thought maybe $60, but I was okay with $50 on this. Strangely enough, this one is the sale of the week. Yeah, $50. Last week I think it was over 200 or somewhere in that range, so much lower this week. But not bad, not bad. Why this is really good, Flip, is that I bought this and some other stuff at an estate sale for $5. Right? So anytime you can turn $5 plus, or this was just one of the things I got for $5, right? So technically I paid even less than that for this. So something like $3 to $4 for this, and it turned into 50. Great flip when you can do that. All right, item number 3. I know a few people out there really enjoy my book flips. This one was really good, actually. Amber and I were at a Boy Scouts tag sale, right? They were fundraising for the Boy Scouts, and they said every book on the table was 25 cents. So we loaded our bags with stuff. I've already had some really nice sales from that. And this one was one of those like out there kind of things where I'm like, this is interesting enough that I think I should look into it. I did. It looked like there's some value, and this proved it, right? So there was 7 books in there, so I paid what? $1.75 for these and sold them for $40 plus shipping. Boom. Love selling book sets like this, right? Obviously, most of them aren't going to be worth this much. I find like if I can get some good sets, usually like they're $1 to $3 each, something like that. If you can get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books, something like that. But right, keep an eye out for a few of these little niches that are going to do really well. All right, item number 4. This is a PlayStation 2 game, The Haunted Mansion, based on based on the Eddie Murphy movie that came out a few years back. I picked this up with a PlayStation 2 Slim model as well as a bunch of other games. Really no idea how much this one cost, right? Because it was $30, I think, for everything. I put $3 on there just to try and assign it something, and it sold for $11. So nice little flip there. Item number 5, excuse me, another video game. This is Mario Kart 7. I had bought a few games at a little bit of a higher price than I usually pay, about $4 each, including this one. So not like the best flip in the world. I knew that I could probably sell this for like $11 free shipping really quickly though. So I'm always willing to take that where it's a nice quick flip. It's good to have new items listed, new sales. It's always kind of good for your store to do that. So sure enough, it sold. I think it sold within the day I listed it, something like that. Super easy to do, super easy to ship. Item number 6, Plants vs. Zombies for the PlayStation 4. I think this is one of the sublines of it. I don't know. I didn't really pay too much attention to this one. I had gone to another charity type sale a few weeks ago, and this was randomly just sitting on a table, and I said, well, how much do you asking for it? And they said $1. I grabbed it not knowing if it was worth it or not. I figured $1. I can at least make a bundle of games at some point if I have them laying around. And sure enough, it actually worth about $8. So for a video game, that's pretty normal, I think, right in the $8 to $10 range plus shipping. So I think I listed this for $11.99 free shipping, something like that. And I'm thinking the first class is usually going to be in the $3.50 to $4 range, depending on what part of the country they're in. All right, item number 7. I've got a frog in my throat. All right, item number 7, Department 56. This is a little accessory, heavy snowfall. And if you watched last Saturday's video, I had found this huge table full of the buildings and the accessories. I didn't buy the accessories. And this is kind of why, right? I had bought a bunch of accessories right at the beginning of COVID, right? There was no thrift stores open. There's no nothing. I found this at a local auction. I think they were doing that for estate sales at that point, right? They're just doing a big auction. So I bought all of their Department 56 stuff, went and got it, and then listed it. And so, right, it's been for sale for 18 months, you guys, and it sold for $8 plus shipping. Just not really the best flip in the world, and it takes about the same amount of time as everything else, right? But just not going to make as much money off of it as I like. So that whole table last weekend, they wanted $5 each. I may have been able to talk them down to like $3 to $4 if I bought everything. But even still, at that price, if I'm only getting $8, maybe to $15, and of course, there's the exception. There's going to be some that are worth more than others, but it's a ton of stuff. You gotta list it, store it, all that stuff. And I just wasn't really interested in it. And this kind of was the good reason behind that. If you can get it cheap enough, right, go ahead, pick them up. And if you're getting them in just a few at a time, but anytime I buy a collection of these, I kind of get a little bit worried that I've got my work cut out for me, right? I'm going to put more effort into it than I'm actually going to get out of it. So I tend to stick with just the buildings. But that being said, this was a COVID purchase. I needed inventory at that point, or maybe I thought I needed inventory. Who knows? But I did end up selling. It did take 18 months though. But got my full price of $8. I was into it for about $2.99. All right, item number 8. This is a Nerf gun. You guys probably saw this also in last week's video. I think I ended up paying $3 for this, and I had bought a bunch of Lego stuff. I bought a Wii and a Wii Guitar Hero game, so like pretty good pickup. I think I paid $30 for everything, including this gun. No, I'm sorry, it was $45. 45. I think it's got to go up. It was $50 total for everything. But this one, she had quoted me a price of like $3. So that's what I've written down here, and I thought it was probably worth about 25. Of course, within about 24 hours of listing it, I got an offer of 20. And I know what, guys, I was just like, let's take it. I just want to have some sales, and I didn't mind a $5 difference. $3 into $20 isn't too bad, and they paid for shipping, so always good deal. All right, item number 9, another video game, Super Mario Maker for the 3DS. I had gotten this back in the spring with a big lot of games with a 3DS system, so holy cow, it was a great deal. I paid $50 for everything. And I'm pretty sure I sold the 3DS for like $200, $250, something like that. So, right, this was just kind of icing on the cake at that point. I had thought this was worth $10 and it ended up selling for $13.99. Reasoning being that I put free shipping in it. And I thought that $3.99 would cover the shipping costs. But I ended up selling it to somebody overseas. So they paid the $13.99 plus shipping. So that's something that a lot of people, I think, are afraid of, is putting worldwide shipping on there, or even being willing to use the global shipping program, which this is what was used for this one. But I've actually had really good success with it, you guys. I'm going to encourage you, test into it, try it out. You're going to have some failures. I know I have. But in the long run, I think you're going to see that you can make a little bit more money. You're going to open up your audience and your items to more people, right? That's what you really want, is more and more people being able to see your items, being able to buy them. And that's what we're looking for, is trying to sell these items to as many people as possible. I probably sell about 2 to 5 items a week to global shipping, whether it goes to the eBay global shipping, or I literally send it first class international mail, occasionally priority mail international if it's a bigger item. That's a little less common though, but definitely something you guys can look into if you haven't before. And then let's see, this cost me about $1 all in after I had sold the 3DS and everything else. So $1 into $14 for a video game. Actually, that's a nice little flip for a video game. All right, item number 10, New Wave, like, what is it? It's an infrared oven. This is the motor that sits on top. And I had seen Osborne to Thrift saying that these things were amazing, and sell the domes and sell all the parts. I think he had some rose-colored glasses on. Maybe he has had some success with these. But let me first tell you that this one is
Amber's Weird Sale of the Week.
I bought 2 of these things right away when I saw him doing his deals, and he was saying, oh yeah, I'm getting like $75 for these things. Well, I didn't realize that he wasn't included. He was including postage in that. So that was my first mistake. And then I thought, okay, well, we'll part it out, right? When in doubt, part it out. Sell the dome, sell the motors. Well, I've had both of the domes and the motors for sale for like 2 months now, and this is the first thing that sold. So that I wasn't expecting. I listed it for free shipping even and everything. Nope, still not having a lot of luck with it. And then finally I did take a best offer on this thing. I think I had it listed for $35 free shipping and I sold it for $27 free shipping. So after the shipping charges, which I actually shipped this UPS, which I've never done before, so that was interesting. It ended up being like $11.72. So not bad. I think I paid $10 for the unit, so this should cover the cost of the unit. And then if the dome ever sells, like that'll be even better. We'll see, you guys. I'll keep you posted. All right, item number 11. This is from that same sale where I got the Nerf gun last weekend and all that stuff. One of the Lego sets was this little X-Wing. Not the most valuable of the little sets that I picked up, but it was very popular and sold right away. So sold for $9.99 plus shipping. And then I think I was into it for like $1.50 basically is what it ended up being. So great little Lego flip there. And then getting into item number 12, this is one of the Department 56 buildings that I'd picked up last week. Main Street Medical, right? This was actually one of the better ones. It wasn't like one of the top ones that I got, but still kind of like towards the best of the best buildings. And I think I paid $100 for all 12 buildings, so it's just over $8 for each building. And I took a best offer of $40. So like great flip going $8 into $40, and it was in the medium size range. So it was a little bit bigger to ship, but not too bad. All right, item number 13, speaking of global shipping, this one did also go global shipping. So Radica Golden Tee, this is a plug and play, right? You plug right into your television. You can play Golden Tee just like you did at the bar back in the day. Super fun. I think I got this. I have no idea, actually, you guys. This has been for sale for that long that I do not know where I got this from. But I wrote down that I paid $1 for it. So $1 into $15, gonna take it. Item number 14, Super Mario 3D World for the Wii U. Another from a couple weeks ago where I got the Mario Kart 7 for the 3DS. The same sale I got that one from. So I paid about $4 for this. And you can see it sold for $14.99 free shipping. I've been experimenting with putting these into bubble mailers instead of boxes and having some pretty good success there. So it ended up only costing me like $3.30, $3.40, something like that to ship it. Like that's actually pretty nice. So it's going to be like $11.63 after shipping. So a pretty good flip for $4. Not the best, but not bad for a video game. And then item number 15, this is the last item this week. Brain Warp, this is a little handheld toy, right? It's a pretty fun little game. Costs about $3. I think I got this at like a Savers or a Goodwill. Found a few of these this year, and they consistently sell for me for about $30. So definitely this is something you guys will find if you just keep your eyes open. So maybe Bolo. I think maybe Bolo on this one. All right, you guys, that is it for this week. Total sales, $312.70. That is pretty weird, but that's what you get with free shipping, right? Listed 25 items. I did finally hit my goal, but only sold these 15 items. So really not that great, but sales are sales. And you got to take the low weeks with the high weeks. And the hard part is my hard drive was totally full there for a second. Had to save the first part of this and then keep going. So, but as I was saying, the low sales this week was combined with a high number of hours I put in. What I ended up doing was on Saturday, Amber was out at the church helping to do some prep work for we did a trunk or treat thing, but you know, COVID's still going on, so we can't give candy out of our trunks. So what we did was we just set up some tents and had a line of cars come through, and then we would give the candy directly to the people in the car. And it worked pretty well. But we had to load all those bags up with candy ahead of time. So she went out on Saturday and was helping with that. And she suggested, she said, why don't you stay home and do some prep work for Christmas stuff? And I said, Christmas stuff? And she said, yeah, for eBay. And what she really meant was, hey, you've got that huge pile of Wii's just sitting there. I think there's 8 of them, you guys. And so what I ended up doing was plugging them all in, right, making sure they worked, pairing up controllers with them, pairing up nunchucks with them, getting games onto them, making sure they work, wiping the hard drives, like all of that kind of prep work. And then so now I've got these 8 bundles that I can put up and get them ready for sale. And I normally do this every year, try to get them ready for like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, something like that. So I'll probably have all 8 of them go up. And what I'll probably end up doing then is asking the premium price on them, right? Since it's that kind of last minute Christmas shopping gift, I'll probably want as much as I can get for them, right? So I've got Wii Sports paired with a bunch of them, and then a couple of them having like 10 games paired with them if I didn't have enough for the Wii Sports to bundle with it. And I think one of them even has Wii Sports Resort, and then one of them was I made a Mario Kart bundle with 4 controllers and the wheels and all that stuff. So that one I think I'm going to ask like $250 on, right? So really going for the high end of that stuff. So putting a little bit extra prep into it, getting all the things cleaned and tested and stuff is kind of like how I do my process on that. So that meant that I spent more time last week on this work. So of course, then my hours went up. I ended up putting like 15 hours in last week, which I normally average more like 11, 12, something like that. And sourcing was really not that great last weekend. I only ended up going for like 3 hours, and went to just a couple garage sales where I didn't find anything, and then Savers for like an hour where I found some good stuff actually. So come back this Saturday and you can see my trip to Savers, which is going to be interesting. I haven't done one of those in a while, so this should be pretty fun. I got to do some audio voiceover for that, but I had a good time, and maybe you guys will like it. I don't know. I like doing the garage sales a little bit better, but it's just not kind of the time of year for it. So like I said, I did about 3 hours sourcing, about 5 hours I did listing, and then I spent about an hour and a half doing some shipping work and packing, and then I spent about 6 hours doing research and like prep work, right? So that's kind of technically listing, but I don't know, I just put the hours in there. But it ended up being 15 hours, right? So it ends up all after cost of goods sold and all that stuff, I'm only gonna make about $13 an hour, which that's on the really low side. Normally I'm trying to get $30 is what my goal is, right? Trying to just, that for whatever reason, that's the goal I set for myself. Last week though, $54. So everything's going to even out, you guys. Everything's going to be all right. But that's going to do it this week. If you've enjoyed this content, please do smash that like button. And if you're interested in subscribing, would love to have you as a subscriber. It's certainly pretty fun, but no need to if you're not interested, if you just came here to watch. Like I said, that's going to do it. My name is Patrick, and thank you very much.